Okay, this is a phone conversation to Dave Jeffries on Friday the 1st of February 2013.
Good afternoon, Atkins.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can I speak to Dave Jeffries, please?
We don't have anybody of that name in this office. You come through to Atkins in Manchester.
Yeah, I think it's Dave Jeffries, is it? David Jeffries?
Sorry?
David Jeffries?
Yes, not in this office. Let me just check if there's anything on the system.
Well, he phoned me 2 days ago and he told me he was from your office in Manchester.
So we're transport. What's his position? What's his title? The transport consultant from the rail department in this office.
Well, he would have something. He would probably be a senior surveyor or of the like, I would think.
Right, well, there are no surveyors in this office. I can give you, just bear with me a second, let me see if there's anything on the system. How are you spelling his surname? J-E-F-F?
I-E-R-S, I would think, yeah.
R-E-Y-S?
Well, either that or I-E-S, I would think. I don't know.
Oh, right.
He just told me that his name was David Jeffries and he was calling from your Manchester office, so...
Right, he's definitely not in this office. J-E-F-F-R-I-E-S, did you say?
Yeah.
No. J-E-F-F-E-R-I-E-S? No. Oh, wait a minute. There's a David Jeffries, Design and Engineering, Commercial Manager.
Yeah, that'd be him. Yeah.
Right. He's in our Warrington office. The number is 01925...
Wait there 1 second. 01925, yeah.
238...
Yeah.
000.
000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Okay then,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Same day, same conversation, hopefully. Hello?
Hello?
Hello there, sorry, can I speak to David Jeffries, please?
Yeah, I'll put you through.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, so we've only got a mobile number for him. Do you want me to give it to you?
Yeah, you can do.
Yep, it's 07740
Yeah.
830
830, yeah.
105.
105. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Alright, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
David Jeffries.
Hello, David. It's Mark Wyatt here.
Hello, Mark.
Hello there. How you doing?
You're on my list of things to do this afternoon.
Okay.
Right, I've chased around the business.
Yeah.
And basically where I've got to is we don't have any records or any staff who were involved in the project. So I'm not really sure what we could do to help you at all.
Well, it's not what you can do to help me, really, is it? It's what I can do to help you. That's the problem I think you're facing. I have got the plans and I've got all the information now.
Yeah.
And so at the moment I'm quite prepared to meet with you and let you see what I have. And in exchange for that, I want confirmation that you never produced that plan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're unable to give you that because we don't have the staff.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is I have the information. I can supply you everything that you need.
Well, I've seen on your website.
You haven't seen the plan, have you?
But I'm not sure that that's going to move us any further forward,
Well,
because we would need the people who had been involved in the project at that time.
Well, at the moment, I've got a plan here that says Plan C on it, and it's got in great big letters W S Atkins Limited, and that's the people that have produced the plan. Now, I've got information that says that they didn't produce that plan. Now,
And I've seen that information on your Facebook site.
well, you've seen some of it. You haven't seen all of it because not all of it is on the Facebook site. You haven't seen, for instance, Mrs. Coyne, Susie Coyne's witness statement, which isn't on the Facebook site. That clearly states what happened. You haven't seen Chris Bowden's witness statement, and you haven't seen his letters between him and our advisors at the time, which lets you know exactly what happened. What you told me the other day was that the base plan, or I mean, I don't know where you got that information from, that the base plan was produced in 1998. Is that the information you had?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I need to dig back again. Was it 1988?
No, 19.
This all started in 91, didn't it?
Well, it was a bit after that. But I think you'll find that the base plan that everybody's talking about was produced by yourselves, actually. I think Joanna Derbyshire possibly produced a drawing that was the base plan, and I think all that was a plan that she was perhaps provided with, or she made, and all it was a plan showing the boundaries of the site. I don't think there was even any contours on the plan. But your plan C at the moment says that the title of it says Original OS Contours Survey including New Lake. Now, if I tell you that the contours on that plan aren't OS contours, they are interpolated OS contours. So and they don't match the OS plan. So when you stated that on your drawing, what I'm trying to do here is help you out, because if I have to, I'll have to take this all the way, and you know, we can go to court and have an argument about how accurate it is. But I can tell you now, there'll only be one winner there.
But what you seem to be saying is that you've already got the proof that these drawings are not done by Atkins.
I've got a letter. Yeah, I have got the proof that they're not done by Atkins. But what I've got is a letter from Atkins that was produced, like I said to you before, in 2006.
And that's on your Facebook.
Yeah,
I've looked at that.
Yeah, that says that accordingly Atkins cannot confirm whether they carried out the drawing or not. Well, that to me is a cop-out, because what Atkins are saying is that we're not going to agree that we did it, and we're not going to agree we didn't, because we don't want to drop Oxford County Council in the mire, and that was what was going around at the time. I think there was a bit of a chatting going on between Atkins and Oxford County Council at the time, because Atkins had the contract.
I think we lost the contract in 2005.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why that letter was written, because all our records in relation to this were transferred out of the business.
Yeah, but
along with the contract.
Yeah, but what you've got to appreciate here is that
that's the brick wall that I'm coming up against. We haven't got any records because we transferred all the records
to Mouchel.
Yeah. To Mouchel, was it at that time?
It was Mouchel, yeah. But the problem is for yourselves when you did have that contract up until 2005, my father and his brother got taken to court in 2005, and that's why Atkins weren't giving a letter or giving any information away at the time. I mean, Atkins, I think, in 2005 didn't really understand what was going on. I mean, you produced a plan. I think officers of the county council would adapted it and fabricated it.
Yeah, I think you said they've renumbered it.
Well, it's not renumbered. The actual number on Plan C is the same number as the base plan, and that's. Yeah. I mean, there's been, like I say, a lot of confusion about that. What is difficult to you have to sort of really pick yourself through some of the witness statements and affidavits that have been written by certain officers within the county council, and it's quite difficult to decipher who did what and when. But Atkins, I think, produced the base plan in 1998. I think that's pretty easily found out, if you like. But the actual enforcement plan has a date on it of the 20. It was drawn on the 20th of January 1999. And funny enough, Mrs. Coyne has suggested that the base plan was produced on the 20th of the 1st, 1999. Even though you have already confirmed to me that is not the case. It was produced in 98. And I think if you look at your base plan, when it was produced, you'll find that is the date on it. Now, the reason that Mrs. Coyne was trying to say that it was produced in 99 was because she changed the base plan already. Either with Atkins' approval through Jerry Axford at the time, or Jerry had supplied her the information and she did it without his approval. Now, there can be no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt.
I think from what I've been told, we don't own any of the intellectual property in any of the work that we did for Oxfordshire County Council. So as soon as we have produced the drawing, it becomes their property.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm afraid, David, you produced the drawing, and I won't be taking the county council to task on it. I shall be taking the Atkins, because when you actually produce that drawing, it's got your title block on it. Now, you can't, you just don't get away from that. It's just it's there for everyone to see. And like I say, I've got a
You seem to be saying that it's obvious that this drawing is different, and you have got written proof that it was Mrs. Coyne that changed it.
Yeah, I have, and I've also got at the present time is the Chief Executive of Oxfordshire County Council in 2013, about 2 weeks ago, said that her officers had never changed that plan. Now, if the Chief Executive of Oxfordshire County Council is saying that, one has to presume that it was an Atkins that produced it all. Because that's I'm afraid that.
Why have her staff claimed in the past that they have changed it? Because they will have better knowledge of it than she will.
Well, I'm sorry, but she trumps everybody. She's the boss down there, and if she says my officers didn't do it, well, that's what I should be using. You know, you just don't get any better than that. Like I say, I have got evidence to the contrary, and I want to play ball with Atkins. Like I said to you the other day, I don't think Atkins are going to come out of this smelling of roses, because there has certainly been some collusion between Atkins and Oxfordshire County Council staff. There's been information passed to Oxfordshire County Council staff to allow them to produce a drawing. Now, the County Council put that drawing into court, and it was put in under the guise of it being a drawing drawn by W S Atkins. Now, whether
as I say, any drawings that we have produced automatically became Oxfordshire's property, as far as I'm aware, from what I've been told to the contract.
Well, all I see is that your name's on it, and at the moment, Atkins haven't got a contract with the Oxfordshire County Council, and so at the moment, I've got a chief executive saying our officers didn't do it, so it's an Atkins drawing. Simple as that.
Is it possible for you to put this in writing and
email it? No, what I want, David, I want a meeting with either yourself or someone of equal standing from Atkins. and I want a letter from Atkins saying they didn't do this drawing. Otherwise,
Well, as I've explained to you, the problem is,
well, let me just say,
what you're asking us to do really is to say that from the evidence you have provided to us,
yeah.
there is no, it would appear that Atkins have not produced this drawing.
No, it's not. It would appear. I can nail it better than that. I mean, you didn't. I mean, I've got. Well, if you've looked at the website, you've seen a letter from Nick Graham, County Council Deputy Head of Legal Services, where he says that Susie Coyne and Adrian Pennell did produce it. Now, but I've also got, like I say, a letter from the Chief Executive saying they didn't. So what I want to do with Atkins, I want to be able to show Atkins what the situation is. Bearing in mind that 2 people have gone to prison because of this drawing.
Yeah, I'm very sympathetic about that.
Yeah, and one of them was my father, and he's 70. And like I said to you the other day, I'm not going to.
And you said the other chap's 75.
Yeah, that's my uncle. That's my dad's brother. So at the moment they're sharing a cell in Pentonville prison, which is not, and they shouldn't be there because it's stuff that's based on this drawing.
It does seem ridiculous when you look at the sentences that people get for what I would consider to be serious crime.
Yeah. Well, what makes it even more galling is that they haven't committed a crime at all. And a plan has been fabricated together, and it's been put into court under the guise of Atkins, who are a world-renowned company, if you like. They've got a fantastic reputation at the moment for producing accurate plans, and I've got information that can show you that you perhaps didn't do it. And I want some support from you to show. I mean, back in 2006, like I say, I think Atkins was still really trying to keep on the side with the county council because you were getting a lot of work from the county council, even though you lost the contract. You were still doing work for the county council at the time, and I think there was a fair bit of helping out by yourselves towards Oxfordshire, and I think it was reciprocated the other way. But I'm afraid that is the time for that is now over.
From what I understand from talking to various people, what you're saying is not the case. We were not looking to help them. And so it's the fact that we did not have the records to refer back to be able to say definitively one way or the other. Because all our records were transferred over to Michelle's at that time.
What, in 2005-06? Well, I went
in 2005 when we lost the contract.
I went and spoke to Jerry Axford in 2005 at Michelle's. Now, Jerry and Jerry
he had taken the records with him.
Well, I'm sure he had, but he was working for Atkins. He was the chief surveyor at Atkins, and then he went and became the chief surveyor at Michelle's. Now, Jerry was the one that gave that information to Susie.
Yeah, because all the staff that were working on the Oxfordshire contract transferred over to Michelle's.
I'm sure they did, and well done.
And that's why we don't have those people any longer. And they've recently transferred again to Capita, I think it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, but the problem is, when Jerry moved, he knew what had gone on. Our people tried to contact Mr. Axford and say to Mr. Axford, look, fess up, let's have the information, and he wouldn't speak to us. Now, I'm sorry, but he was the one that was orchestrating the letters that were coming out of Atkins back in 2006, I would think. People were there was.
I don't think it will have been, because he was no longer our employee.
Yeah, but don't tell me there's not back scratching going on, and you know, I'll help you out, and we'll keep it under wraps, because I know that goes on. I mean, I'm not green, David. I'm quite worldly wise. So
I don't know, because I wasn't involved in it at that time.
Yeah, well, I am heavily involved in it now, and like I say, I want a meeting with.
I know that somebody has told me that the police visited Jerry as part of their inquiries into the claims of fraud at the time.
Yeah.
And the police were satisfied that there was no claim to answer.
Well, no, that's not the case actually, because you've been misled again. I guess you may have got that from Nick Graham. Now, what actually happened was there was a guy.
No, it's come from somebody internally within Atkins who.
Okay.
Well,
let me say this to you. There hasn't been anybody looking into the fact that Mr. Axford has claimed is fraudulent, active fraudulently at the moment. The police officer was looking at Mrs. Susie Coyne, whether or not she had acted fraudulently. And I have to tell you that he in his opinion, he wasn't unsure at the time because he never had the information that she had committed criminal fraud. But his advice was that he thought she had definitely committed civil fraud. And therefore, if we wanted to take it any further, we could. And we still might. But I believe that once the police have the correct information, I think that she will be done for criminal fraud, because at the time she was getting paid by Oxford County Council as a consultant, and one of the tests for criminal fraud is whether you stand to gain financially, and she did, because she was getting paid by the county council. So whoever's told you that that Jerry Axford is out of the woods as far as fraud's concerned are wrong, because the police haven't started looking at him yet. That information came from a guy called Mark Townsley in Henley, who was a police sergeant.
Yeah.
And I know that because I was the one who went over there with my father and spoke to him. So the fraud issue here, David. I mean I'm not quite sure because I'm not a lawyer, although I have been in this case for 17 years. I hate them with a vengeance, believe me. But
they just suck all our money out of us.
Absolutely, yeah, they do, and that's why I want something done quickly with yourselves that doesn't involve them, because my aim is not to go to Atkins and sue the pants off of Atkins. What I want to do is prove that there's been a fraud committed by Mrs. Coyne, by Oxford County Council, and they're the people I've got a gripe with, because they're the ones that have put my father in prison.
Yeah. I'm just struggling here with what we are going to be able to do for you.
Well,
because
like I say, it's not what you can.
We don't have the records or the staff, so
yeah, but I do. I do have the records. I've got it all, and I've got all the correspondence between us and Atkins, and I've got all the plans that were produced by Atkins. So what I want to do is meet with Atkins, and instead of getting a letter that says, accordingly we cannot state this, what I want is, no, we didn't. Now, when you say we can't get hold of the people, when I spoke to the people at Atkins in Ensham, and I said, look, I understand it was Joanna Derbyshire. The person on the end of the phone said, oh yeah, Joe Derbyshire. Yeah, no problem. They were very familiar with Joe Derbyshire. So when you say you can't get hold of her, I don't believe it. She's very contactable. I think she still lives in the local area, and Jerry Axford would be very easy to contact.
Well, so I know where Jerry Axford works.
Exactly. So when you say we haven't got the information, or we can't get the records, or this or that, that is just not true.
But I'm not convinced that he would help Atkins in respect to this matter.
Well, he may want. It may be the case that he might not have any choice if he doesn't do something very soon, because I should be taking the bloke to court.
Yeah.
He can either act willingly, or he can act as a person that's sat in the dock. It makes no difference to me. But I am going to get that down to the bottom of this, one way or the other, either with Atkins' help, or without Atkins' help, and I should be mighty pissed off if that is the case.
Okay, well, so is it possible for you to put some of this in writing to me in an email?
I can say that what I'm prepared to put to you in writing in an email, David, is that I want to meet with Atkins. I want to show you what I've got as far as the information. I'll obviously have a chat with my legal people before I disclose what I've got, because it may be the case if Atkins don't want to play ball, we may be having a chat in court later on. But I'm quite prepared at this stage to meet with you. I can show you some of the letters that I've got. I can show you some of the witness statements that I've got that prove what I'm saying is right. And then I want Atkins to act on that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me have a chat with somebody, and I'll get back to you. Will Monday be okay?
Well, yeah, Monday will be okay, but I don't want this going on and on and on. At the moment, my father's brother comes out of prison. He's been in there since the 7th of December. He comes out on Tuesday. My father has got another month to do because of this, so he's going to be in prison till the 7th of March, and I don't want him there a second longer than he has to be, and he's been there 2 months already.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'll get back to you on Monday, or you chase me if I don't.
Okay, David. Yeah, I'll certainly chase you. Believe me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
Okay. Bye bye.